Jesus
Thank you,
fucking
Joseph.
Christ,
Much
Austin.
appreciated.
Oh my god, my fucking
problem.
fucking ear. My fucking ear. Why is K-Boss's car in this map just makes so much noise? Joseph, what happened to this fucking car? Thank you, whoever did that. Oh my god. I love you, Joseph. Thank you for that. Cripple, you gonna talk, Cripple?
Sorry, I went to go get a granola bar.
Oh. Okay, so
I got the granola bar.
Austin, can you no, Joseph, can you drag Austin? Austin needs to be dragged over. Or unless he is in here already. Okay, he
He's
is.
not in.
Yeah, he is. It says he's in.
You know what? I'll wait. I'll wait to ask because you're doing stuff right now, Joseph. So I'll wait.
No, I'm good. What do you need?
Perms
Oh,
and
Yeah,
so
you
does
have
Caleb.
perms? Caleb, you have perms? No.
No, I do not have.
Can
I have
one of us get flags?
the head official typically gets the flags.
Yeah, but do we have a head official? Is it Austin?
I don't know. It's one of us. Me and you're the officials.
Shit. Let me.
Yeah, because
You
I
want
don't
to
have
rock paper
admin.
scissors
Alright,
for it?
I just
I don't
gave
have-
you admin, Caleb.
Yeah, I don't have admin in like any other game, and I officiate. So
Let me.
I mean,
Yo,
I've used
everyone.
flags before, and I used flags before last season.
Who tagged me in
are
general?
we ready?
Caleb, clearly not. They're
we're
still getting
gonna.
set up.
I just like doing that.
We're
I just like doing
gonna shut down again because I need to give them one of them flags. Who wants to be the flag guy?
I'm okay
mean, I
getting
can-
flags.
Yeah, we can let Cripple do it. I mean, I've never used them, but we'll let Cripple get it.
I
if he
mean, I
wants.
just gotta go through them at first just to make sure I still know what I'm doing. But other than that, I should be fine.
Whoever you trust most, Joseph. How about that?
I'm
I
getting
like the
flags.
Caleb
I'm
zero.
getting flags. I'm getting flags.
Caleb
I'm
zero.
getting flags. Then.
Well,
I
I'm
hate
still.
Caleb.
Oh shucks. Yeah, that's why Joseph wrecks me in ATS every convoy night.
Yeah, that's fine.
Did I gotta send you the clip of what fucking Queeg did to me? Oh my god, it was fucking hell.
What did you do to you?
Um,
Oh yeah, I got flags.
I know. I figured. I got super admin though. Jesus fucking Christ,
I
Austin.
also have super admin.
Oh, I do not need that.
All right, you guys cool if I test everything really quick?
Just test them, yeah. Go ahead.
Race
It's
mode,
fucking
Yeah,
good.
make sure you go. Okay, so there is a few
Setting the
things you new.
laps.
Yeah, so you put.
One second, Joseph. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I need to set the laps. That's always the first
That's
thing
what I was
you gotta
gonna.
do.
It's
22.
kind of new. And so you do the full race laps, which is 98, and then you click yes on stages, and then stage 1 is 22, and then 47 is stage
98.
2.
Timer. No timer length. No official messages. Stages. Yes.
Friday needs to be dragged to race. God
22:47.
damn it.
I'll drag him
I
here in
wish
a
I could.
second.
Okay. You have to type something in all spaces except for official's message. What do I do for timer length? 0?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to put 0 there.
Got it. I'm gonna reset race mode.
Okay.
There.
What
Wait, oh,
can I do?
did I mess it up?
No, it's good.
Lap 198.
Yeah, but it says the laps, but it's not showing the stage.
Yeah, it doesn't show the stage until.
Temp admin.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
VIP unrestricted. I'm gonna go ahead and S.
All right. View names. Obviously, I want to see who's causing what.
Why can't I?
Thank you, Caleb, for locking the server.
I got you. Yeah, because I want to.
Um,
If the races I don't make, I'm just probably gonna go ahead and officiate and help with D2 races because I want to at one point become a head official. Probably. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like I'm almost there being a head official. I was head
Yeah, I just want
official
to help.
for one race. I've officiated probably like what 5 races now this season.
I just want to help out more. Yeah, I think my first ever race I officiated was the D2 Martinsville race, and that was with Nyan and Halston.
Okay, so you had a lot of help.
Yeah, and then obviously last night's race was I want to say my second one, and then tonight's my third one.
Hmm.
Dude, this 28 car look, he's kind of pretty chill. I like the colors. I fuck with the colors.
No balls. Someone will run my scheme.
Crunchy roll.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No one do that. No one do that, please.
Roached. Do to do. You got to do Trey. Look at this basic 3 car by Queeg. Look
Big
at this.
sucks.
Queeg makes good
Look at-
schemes. Come on, man.
I love
Let him
Queeg.
let him be.
Whoa. I'm kidding, Queeg. I said I love Queeg. I love his schemes, especially the Dr. Pepper scheme he makes. Your name is Queeg, right? Hey, you got any? Hey,
I
hey,
still think probably the 2 best schemes on track are Trey's and
you got
Austin's.
any 3 in there? You got any 3 in there, Queeg? Can
I
I
mean, we
have
can try
some?
the yellow. Okay, caution, red flag,
Damn.
white flag,
Well,
final
good
lap.
luck, Queeg. I will be
Are you
watching.
sure you want to change the flag? Another flag is current being changed. Temporary. Yep. Here's a blue flag for you guys. Pink
You have
flag.
Austin's full permission to wreck everyone. He says.
And
Totally.
then we got the light
Totally.
blue flag.
Hey,
And we
remember, I'm
got
legally
the
blind. I don't have no
restart.
contact. He said, "You're good, Queeg."
We got what does the
Victor,
S what does the S do?
I'm just going to jail.
S,
Joseph,
that's
what
stage caution. You don't have to click any of the R or the S. You can just use the normal green and yellow.
okay, and then
Bye, Queeg. I'm gonna talk to someone else now.
Yeah,
Good
but
luck.
you don't. It'll auto do the checkered and white, so you don't have to.
Good luck, Queeg. I need to make sure my voice chat volume is turned up. Honestly. No. Hey,
Oh,
Queeg, you gonna do command? Uh, Queeg said he wants to do command. Drag Queeg.
we welcome you to a truly unprecedented event. An event that was originally supposed to take place at Circuit of the Americas. We now found ourselves in the town of Robloxia for the inaugural Town of Robloxia Grand Prix Round 9 of Season 6 here in the United Stock Car League Division 1 Series. For the first time this season, we turn right. A great opportunity for the road course ringers of the USCL to showcase their talents tonight. And we are officially halfway through the regular season as we race towards the chase. The time is now to make your hay in the point standings before the cutoff race in Slinger. Hello, everyone. Welcome into the booth. My name is Mason, alongside with my partner, Meep. Meep, obviously a shift in schedule tonight, but the energy has been great here. We have a fun course here. It almost feels like we're at a crown jewel tonight.
Yeah, you kind of said it. This race kind of shifted over from Coda to the town of Robloxia. So the driver, they're not going to have a lot of notes on how to make this track work, right? Crown Jewel, kind of debatable, but I definitely think that hopefully this race can kind of have that Crown Jewel event go on throughout it. Yeah, no, I think these drivers are just going to have to really be tested in their adaptability to go from Coda, a track that we've raced at in the USCL before, into a track where there's a lot of unknowns around this racetrack.
Yeah, the notebooks are pretty thin at this place. I feel like everyone's on a level playing field, but obviously there are drivers that are better than most when it comes to turning right. And for some of my picks tonight, I'm actually going to go further back in the pack here. Looking at this one car of Alex, starting in 11th tonight, but that car was very sporty in practice. He's a guy who finds himself well below the cut line right now, needs a big night tonight. I think he can do it. Then further up in the pack, you have Hobbs, who set a blistering lap in practice. This guy is, in qualifying, this guy is absolutely on a heater right now. Look for him to be a competitor early and often tonight. Meep, what about you?
Yeah, no, Hobbs a great pick. We saw him in qualifying go about 9/10 ahead of the field. But honestly, in my opinion, I'm taking Trey starting in P3. He was really fast in practice, top of the board. I think Trey is a really, really solid pick. And if you want to go deeper, talk about some kind of underdog, look at CJ down in 6th position. He was 3rd in practice. I think he has a lot of consistency going throughout the season. He's been one of the faster drivers all throughout. I think those two drivers, they can really make some noise coming to it towards the end of this race.
All right, well, that about does it for us. So let's throw it down trackside for today's command.
Drivers, start your engines.
Engines are now officially fired here in the town of Robloxia. One event that we have planned here tonight. The first time any stock car event has gone on through the streets of Robloxia. The USCL, not exactly a stranger to any sort of street courses, though, as we have run the Chicago street course in seasons past. I believe we have found Meep here. I believe this is him sitting on one of the fence posts right here. That leads us into our next thing. We're doing our broadcast a little bit differently tonight. Tonight, we expected to maybe have 3 in the booth. It's only 2. However, we are going to be doing a radio-style broadcast tonight, just how you hear on your MRN local networks. It'll go back and forth between Meep and I on who is calling what. I have this first section of the track when they come onto this little short shoot right here. Make this left-hander onto the start-finish line, and I will be calling everything up until they get to this hairpin turn, which looks suspiciously like another track on our schedule, but we will not point that out. And then Meep will have you for the second part of the track near the Roblox Mart and through the fast food place, all down this huge back straightaway until it eventually comes back to me. So a little bit of a different broadcast tonight. Really looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, this broadcast could be a little different. I do want to point out, though, I am sitting on this fence post for a reason. This is turn number 7, one of the most dangerous points in the racetrack. We saw Schmee he was also one of the fastest drivers in practice. Had a really solid lap during qualifying. But if you hit this post, that's your lap. Possibly even your race, right? You can go multiple seconds down. Watch out for some incidents here out in turn number 7. I'm also looking at some incidents in turn 9, 10. That's a very inviting corner. Two 90-degree corners setting up a about 45-degree right-hander in turn 11. There's going to be a lot of action today, Mason. How about you? What spots are you looking for?
I'm really looking forward right there because you can easily be sent into the parking lot here, going straight into the Roblox Mart to get yourself a Bloxy Cola. And obviously, you have the drive-through right over here. That is actually an apex of a corner. Such a unique track here, as these guys haven't even started pacing yet. Obviously, we took parts from potentially another racetrack on our schedule. This turn right here, this little hairpin looks familiar. But obviously, obviously the town of Robloxia owns this.
Turn number 5 definitely took some inspiration with a permanent part of the track. But I mean, either way, that's still a point of a passing, right? I think that's going to be a really interesting point today to for these drivers to really navigate through. And I do kind of want to take the viewers through some track notes. So you talked about the Chicago Street Course. I would say that track is very, very similar to how the town of Robloxia has built this racetrack, right? I'm also looking at the naval base Coronado. I know we had a race there, but that is definitely a track that's very similar to this one. 15 turns, I think you're going to see a lot of times around the 103s, 104s, the fastest times we saw towards the low 101s. As the field's starting to pace down. I'll quickly wrap up. Pit window, the tires are going to be a major, major factor. We saw that in practice where tires really were able to help you make corners, build speed. But pit window with fuel, it's about 40 laps. So the drivers, they have a lot of fuel in the car, not a lot of tires. Yeah, and Trey, last winter at Charlotte for the Coke 600, he might be one to look out for. And another thing that I want to point out is pit road. Pit road is split in two, so watch out for some incidents there.
Yeah, before we do get going here, let's go to Unk's keys of the race. How have we been doing it every single week that we have been broadcasting? My first key, you got to keep your mistakes to a minimum. It's a street course, tight corners. We talked about the fence post earlier. It's really easy to make mistakes here. You can overshoot a corner, go into the wall. You can hit the inside wall potentially. Pit strategy, pit strategy, pit strategy. I'm going to harp on it all night long, especially in that final stage. You got to make sure that you are on that winning strategy if you want to compete for this race. And lastly, these drivers are going to be tired tonight. They're going to need some fuel. They're going to need to refuel with a good old Bloxy Cola provided from our friends at the Robloxia Mart right here on the corner of, I don't know what turns these are, but the Robloxia Mart giving us just providing us with all sorts of goodies for this weekend's event. And looks like we are about ready to go. We're going to pass through the pits here. And let's go to tonight's starting lineups. On row 1, we have your points leader, Hobbs, along with our Talladega winner, Queeg in the 8. Then in row 2, you have our 600 winner, our last winner, Trey in the 91. And then Kappa making only his 3rd start of the year in the 10 car. 4th, check that. Row 5, you have a guy making a charge towards the chase right now, just below the cut line. That's the 66 of Roach. And to the outside of him, the 15 of CJ2K. Row 4, we have CJ's teammate, the 51 of Joseph. Behind him, we have Lear, or Liar, or Kemper, making his 1st start of the season, that 28 car. Row 5, the 32 of Crowdy alongside with the 29 of JJ. Then rounding out our field, we have the 1 car of Alex alongside with Austin, wherever he may be. Austin may be a do not start for this race, but it looks like we're about ready to go.
Yeah, they're going to choose this time. You kind of saw the message earlier on here. So Hobbs going to choose about the left lane, Queeg on the right lane. And now I think Queeg probably has the better starting position line. I think you're really going to want to be on this inside on the restarts. Kind of all depends. But Mason, take us down. We're getting ready to go green.
Here we are through this short shoot. They're going to make the short left-hander here. They're through the restart zone, a small braking zone. We are green here from the town of Robloxia. Chaos already in the back. 2 cars already stuck. That's the 29 and the 35 of Austin, who did show up at the very last moment. Now, down to the first couple of tight corners here. Roach out to an early lead here. Queeg trying to challenge. Couple cars into the wall. Hobbs gets stuck kind of badly there. There goes Kappa in the second place, battling with Queeg as we send it off to you, Meep.
Roach having a nice little entry into 6, going out into turn 7. Oh, Queen got a little close to the wall. On 7, Kappa gives him a push. There's the 15 in the wall. Oh, Hobbs is around. Hobbs is fully around and stopped in front of Joseph coming out of turn. I think that's 8. But they're getting going. No caution. So we're headed down to the backstretch. Trying to find them on my end. There's Queeg battling for the lead with Roach side by side, heading into turn 12. Kappa's going to get the 66 up. Queeg in the wall. Mason taken away.
Looks like Roach holding an early lead here, but here comes his teammate of Kappa looking for the lead here early. They are side by side. How about Lear into third place? Out of nowhere, he's going to turn Kappa. Bit of a problem there. They're going to keep it going. Now Queeg bolts out to a huge, not Queeg, that's Roach. Check that. Bolts out to a huge lead now. And all of a sudden, behind these 3 leaders, that's actually not Hobbs. I thought Hobbs was back into the picture. You see Hobbs, you see Queeg, you see CJ, you see Trey, as they come out of the Martinsville turn into corners 6 and 7.
I think you were trying to talk about Liar there, currently sitting in the second position. He's having himself a nice little run. He is on the 66 back bumper, though, heading into turn 9 to the outside. Might get a little switchback. The 66 runs wide. Here comes Liar. Round the outside, side by side is the 28, the 66. He might have a better run heading into the backstretch. Going down to the turn 12. Clear of the 66. Liar now clear, going through the corner.
Oh!
Here comes Kappa 3 wide.
And you know Kappa, he's going to capitalize off of your mistakes. Look at these. The top 6, all under a blanket. The 28 of Liar clips the wall. He goes around driving in reverse right now. For some reason, he's going to take out CJ. He's not going to be too happy about that. And now Kappa holds the lead over his teammate of... Whoa, what the hell? Oh, there's a car upside down. That is the 91 of Trey. 91 of Trey goes upside down. I believe we are still under green for the time being. And the caution has now come out on lap 4.
A very chaotic race start.
Catch your breath, everyone.
I don't know how Trey flipped. He kind of... It looked like he hit a wall and then kind of just flipped around. I'm trying to find Trey where he currently is. He's right behind Hobbs. There he is. But man, that was a really a weird wreck with Trey. Oh, there's somewhere CJ says there's a penalty.
The 28 was driving backwards. They're going to choose this time.
Choosing this time. Yes, indeed, there is a choose. Kind of a late choose. I think they kind of Hail Married that onto the stage. But coming out of turn 12, Mason, take us away from the restart.
The front row here, manned by 2 big fat fish cars here, the 10 and the 66. Through the restart zone, back in the gas, and I think they actually did wave off the restart. We will not be going green this time, as I believe the officials are sorting something out as we speak.
Quite smart. That was a very rushed restart, in my opinion. I thought they were gonna wait a second. Yeah, so far, you've been able to pass.
Yeah, we talked about the abrasive surface. We're looking at the tire gauge of some of these guys. 80%. That's not gonna last. And Lear did get a penalty for driving backwards.
It's only lap 5. Oh, disregard that penalty. But it's only lap 5. Oh my God! Only lap 5 of a 22-lap stage. We kind of forgot to mention the stage lengths. But this first stage, 22 laps. I definitely think that there may be a pit stop for these tires. So I think Mason, kind of the question is, when do you want to come pit, if a pit at all?
I think this would be a perfect opportunity to split the stage in half. Come down about halfway through the stage, slap on some fresh rubber, fuel that car up with some Sunoco race fuel. Looks like we're about ready, though. We are going to go back to green here. 2 big fat fish cars, 2 teammates main the front row. The 10 of Kappa will lead them to green. Weird restart zone here in the town of Robloxia. We're back in the gas, and the 51 of Joseph goes around, but we are green. Kappa darts out to a big lead. Now Queeg trying to take away second from Kappa's teammate. And he's going to do so, and here comes Hobbs shooting the gap for third. Roach in a lot of trouble here. Now Trey on his back bumper. He's going to hit the wall just slightly. 2x2 behind him. Kappa with a really wide entry there as they race down to the Roblox mark.
Side by side goes Hobbs, and Roach is around! Again, another top 3, but actually it was more of a top 4. But Queeg, he loses the 3rd position to Hobbs. Hobbs is on one today. He is trying to hunt down Kappa in the 1st position. As Kappa has a weird turn 11, comes out of the corner slow. Hobbs out front. Queeg out ahead of the 10 car as well. A lot of passing already here in the first part of the section of the race. That was a weird lineup of words, but here comes Hobbs to the front stretch.
Yeah, it looked like Kappa did kind of bottle that tight corner there, but now Queeg under pressure from Kappa for 2nd place. Bad restart there for Roach. Looks like Kappa is going to get into the wall a little bit. Now under pressure from Trey, trying to go around the outside. That's not going to work. Here comes JJ with a burst of momentum, leaning on Trey, and the round goes the 10 car of Kappa. Not the night that he's been wanting to have so far. Right now, in a dead heat for 3rd, Trey 3rd, JJ 4th, Alex up to 5th.
Alex kind of coming out of nowhere. He looks fast so far. You talked about him in the start of the race where, that one car, he might be something, some kind of force to deal with. Little loss of speed coming out of turn 8. But he is still all over the back bumper of the 29. JJ, I think this is his first start of the year. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's
2nd or 3rd.
The wall, losing a ton of speed. 2nd or 3rd, excuse me. But yeah, JJ, he kind of had something for Trey, loses the momentum now, and is very wide coming out of turn 12 and the left-right flick of 13-14.
Back across the start-finish line, we are now on lap 8 of 22 in this first stage. Hobbs has now driven away with it for about 10 car lengths over the 8 car of Queeg, but he's doing everything right now to catch him. So, like I was talking about earlier, we might be coming to our little pit window here, unless if you want to push it to the very end. These guys might be able to make it on fuel and tires, but it's all about that track position when you start stage 2. But track position might not mean anything tonight, given the amount of passing we've seen.
Yeah, no, I mean, now with the 8 car right on the back bumper of the 2, you talked about it, track position, it might not mean much. There goes the 8 in the wall. That's going to kill a lot of speed for Queeg. But Hobbs, he's got a fast car. You kind of talked about it with the pit strategy. I don't think they're going to pit this early into the stage. But, I mean, that is definitely something that you might want to look out for on lap 11. With these tires wearing as fast as they are, it might be advantageous for someone towards the back, kind of like a Trey or an Alex, to come down pit road.
Yeah, definitely want to see the fall off in lap times tonight if these tires do wear the way that we expect them. And now, as we come into the first section of the track here, this long sweeping left-hander, there's Alex in the 5th position, CJ in the 6th position, and there is Kemper in the 7th position. All battling for 5th right now, all about under a blanket here as they come across the Martinsville corner.
Yeah, Alex, he's got a little bit of a momentum loss coming from the wall. CJ gave the one a little bit of a shot. Here comes Liar to the inside of the 15. The one in the fence, and he's stuck. And he is not going yet. I think he's getting going now. CJ giving a massive block to the 28 car. But Liar up to the, I think that's what, the 4th position. Down. The 91's in the wall as well. That car is stuck. That might bring out a caution. Who knows? And then it does.
Caution is out for the 2nd time tonight on lap 10, I believe. for the 91.
And honestly,
Trey
if they
Rex.
open pit road, I think you pit here.
Yeah, you can see some of these tires starting to wear off there. Again, I think these guys do make it to the end of the stage, but how much is it worth? How much speed are you going to lose? What is the fall off in lap times going to look like? And, man, before they threw that caution, it looked like the 8 car of Queeg was actually catching the 2 car of Hobbs.
Yeah, Queen definitely has something for the 2 car. I think Hobbs still probably has the best driver car combination right now. But I mean, you know, this is going to be a long race, so honestly, you could still see someone come from the back to really do something as Hobbs kind of slaps the wall into caution. It doesn't look like they're going to double up here, so they might be able to. Yep, pit road is open, so we're going to be taking them down pit road. Who's going to take it? Honestly, again, I think if you're toward the back, if you're past maybe 5th place back, I think they're gonna pit for tires. We were kind of figuring out in practice, Mason, but you know these tires do mean a lot, especially under braking.
Yes, for sure, and I think it's gonna be a very, very busy pit road. I think only one is gonna stay out, and that's the 28 of Kemper. But other than that, very, very busy pit road as we're going to see everyone else come down for service. Probably 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles, and it looked like Crowdy is speeding there. He was already near the back, so he'll just go further to the back.
Hobbs is going to get stuck here. Hobbs is stuck on pit road. Is he going to be able to get out? No, he's not. I think he's stuck, and that's going to be a ton of position lost for the 2 car as he is riding onto the ground. Crowdy is getting a drive through the restart. 2 finally gets it through, but he will be starting basically last. And honestly, Liar, I mean, he came out. Oh, wait, there's a 10 car stuck. But Liar, I don't hate this call. I certainly don't like it now that, you know, everyone's going to have about 30% tires, a tire advantage on him. But I mean, halfway through the stage, it doesn't look like the tires are going to be completely shot, as I might have thought. For the end of the stage.
Yeah,
But I definitely think he's going to be struggling.
I don't love this call, and I think over the radio, Kemper is not loving this call either, because I think he's going to get absolutely blitzed on this restart.
Huh.
We come to the choose.
They're going to choose this time. Really interesting choose.
Yeah, it looked like 3 cars went one way, 3 cars went another way, but that's the beauty of the choose. And we have taken out the grandstand, unfortunately, for all of our viewers back at home, but here are rounding turn 14 into turn 15. Back in the gas, we're back racing here in the town of Robloxia, and there is the advantage right off the bat. Kemper in a lot of trouble. The 51 of Joseph is going to go into the wall. Kemper still in trouble. JJ is going to go around up and over on his lid. We will stay green for the time being. 3 wide going into turn 4 here. Down into turns 5 and 6 for the Martinsville corner. And the caution is out for the 3rd time tonight. These guys just can't get any green flag racing going. So now Lear actually kind of a better factor from this because he can come back down pit road if pit road is open. And he's only in P3 right now, so he'll have to start at the back, but he'll get back even on tires with everyone else.
I don't necessarily hate this call, unless they're going to go green this time, which they might. But, I mean, he still has the track position. Sure, he didn't have the greatest restart in the world, but honestly, I think he might still be able to hold on as, yes, they will choose now. Right to the right-hand side of the racetrack. He's got the 91 right behind him. 2 Chevrolets, 3 Toyotas on the, what would be the outside lane. And Mason takes off.
Oh, that's going to hurt for Queeg. We'll see if they wait up for him. I don't think they will. Man, this is going to be a really weird restart. They're already 3 wide. And the 10 goes up and over. They got to do something about these restarts. The caution is back out again.
Would not be shocked if they go single file restarts. Massive benefactor from this Roach with that 8 car slapping the wall, coming to the green flag. Yeah, and there's the call from the officials that it will be single file. Honestly, great call, especially with how tight 15, 1, and 2 are. I think that's honestly a really, really good decision. It's Trey coming up into the second position.
And they're going to go single file here. I think the confines are just way too tight here to do any sort of side-by-side racing, at least under pacing. So
Looks like they're giving positions.
everyone's getting back into position here. And it looks like the 66 of Roach is going to lead us to the green flag here. You can see that really weird restart zone there. Into the gas, into the left-hander. We're green again at the Robloxia Grand Prix. Sorry, my bad. You can see the disparity on restarts. Some guys getting going really well. Others, not so much. You can see about an 8-car breakaway here as they go into turns 3 and 4. Around that tight left-hander there. Now into turn 5. The Martinsville corner. It looks like CJ's going to lunge one up the inside of the 91 of Trey as they come over to the Robloxia Mart.
An absolute sin from the 15 car. The two's trying to follow along. We talked about it earlier, but Wire has fallen down into about, I want to say that's about 6th, maybe? But CJ up to 2nd. That's Hobbs around the outside of Trey. He's moved up to 3rd. Trey trying to not lose the position, but it looks like he will coming out of turn 11 unless he can get the run. Headed down to the turn 12. Roach with a massive lead over the 15 and the 91 and 2 into 12 and into 13 and 14.
Coming back down to turn 15. They're still side by side for P4 here. Oh, the 2's going to go into the wall. Looked like the 91 made a very aggressive block. Hobbs probably not going to be too happy about that. Now he's in a lot of trouble. Quee goes by. Now being threatened by JJ. Roach looking very strong early on here in this Robloxia Grand Prix. Now Trey has his sights set on the 15 cars. They come into turn 5. They exit here, coming back down to the Robloxia Mart. It's a battle for second.
Trey has been hunting over that 15. I think the 15's a little bit better in this section. And he gets a little bit of a gap from the 91 into turns 9 and 10. Headed down in the quick right-hander of 11. And now with him single file, I think the 15 is catching up to the 66. I don't think he's as fast as we may have thought. But headed down into turn 12, it's still single file. Trey trying to do anything he can to gain on the 15, runs wide, and then the 13 and 14.
Roach still out to a pretty sizable lead right now, but the 15 of CJ hunting him down. Now here comes Quee. You can see the speed of that 8 car right away, hunting down that 91 of Trey. Looks like we're going to have a 3-way battle here as they come into turn 3. Now into the left-hander here at 4. 2nd through 4th, all under a blanket here as they come into the right hand of the Martinsville corner. Quee going to lunge one up the inside of Trey here as they exit the corner, coming back down to turn 6 and 7.
And what an amazing move by Quee. Didn't quite work unless he gives the 91 a massive shove into the bumper into the wall. Side by side, Trey getting a bit of a run. They hit it down to 9, gives the 15 a push. It's chaos between the 91 and the 8. They fall back behind from the 15, lose the position. I lost track of the 91. He loses multiple positions, headed down into turn 12.
Trey down to P5 now, but here comes CJ. I talked about him a little bit when we were sitting down together earlier, Meep, that this is a very underrated part of his game. CJ been slowly improving at the road courses. Right now, keeping pace with that 66 of Roach, who I would have not expected to be really fast here. But Roach making a lot of mistakes right now, getting into the wall a little bit, allowing the 15 of CJ to catch up. And now it's a dead heat for P4 right now. JJ and the 29, the 91 of Trey, they're leaning on each other as they come through the Martinsville corner. Headed back to you, Meep.
Yeah, the 66 and the 15, they are close together. Here comes CJ down to the outside of the 66 in a turn 9. Battle for the lead. CJ in the 15, Roach in the 66. Out of 10, heading to 11, and down the backstretch they go. The 66 had a better corners. The 15 has a bit more speed through the backstretch, trying to gain on him, heading down into turn 12. Trey and JJ, they were side by side. I think Trey had it. Here comes the 15, down to the inside of the 66.
Now he's going to have the preferred lane here through this left-hand corner here. CJ with the power move. He's on point here in Robloxia. And now Roach is going to have to hold off that 8 car of Queeg. Oh, they're both going to get into the wall here. Queeg with a huge burst of momentum. Going to launch one up the inside. The 66 of Roach. Roach is going to get into the wall, but Queeg does make the pass. He now has his sights set on the 15 of CJ. Coming out of the Martinsville corner. Bad exit there for Queeg. Now headed back to you, Meep.
Roach got a little used this last lap, but Roach back to the outside through past the 8 car. Now defending his second position. Lost track of CJ. I think CJ is on track to win this stage with 5 to go. Unless the 66, massive mess up from that car. Queeg out with no competition ahead, and he is catching the 15 of CJ rapidly. Heading down into turn 12 through 13 and 14 with a left-right flick. Here comes Queeg. He is catching the tap and there's close to the 15.
And now the 91 has also thrown his hat into the ring for this battle. He is now past the 66 of Roach, looking to contend for maybe the stage with 4 laps to go here in stage 1. CJ, bit of a wall tap there, and there goes Queeg on the left side. Now the 8 car is on point here, but CJ's not going to give up that easy. It's 3 wide now for the lead as they come into the Martinsville corner. They got to figure it out. There goes the 91 of Trey. He's around, collects the 8 car. We'll see if they get it going. They are going to throw the caution here for the 5th time tonight with 4 laps to go in stage 1. I mean, that spelled disaster. You cannot go 3 wide through that corner right there.
I mean, they almost made it work. I think Trey didn't really give Queeg a lot of room. I think they're going to try to get this race back restarted with 3 to go. I think the field's too broken up, though. CJ says, Queeg, my bad. I think CJ may have not given the room to Trey and Queeg. Pit road is going to be open. I don't know who's going to take it. It might be smart, though, to kind of flip the stage.
I mean, maybe if you want to... It's going to be hard to save yourself on this abrasive surface because this is not any regular asphalt. This is the streets of Robloxia here that have not been redone in God knows how long. CJ is going to bottle it on the pace lap, and he's going to lose a lot of time there. And he's not even going to be the first one to pit road. We'll see.
Very split strategies. And all this, the 28 looked to go down pit road and then kind of faked it. 4 cars stay out. Multiple cars, pretty much the rest of the field is going to come in. Hobbs very rushed in, and he might have a similar problem to what made him lose the lead. Queeg is not going to like what's happening with the 2, as now he's going to have to back up. Unless Hobbs can come out earlier, and he does. Hobbs is actually going to beat out the 29 car for the race down pit road. Trey falls down multiple positions. But, you know, these cars have now flipped the stage. I think they're going to be better on fuel and tires.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they do here.
Smart too.
We'll see what they do here when we come to our second stage. It's going to be very interesting to see if they pit again. But right now, these guys, they have better tires. 2 laps, that's plenty of time. We're going to go green, white, checker for this stage. That's going to be plenty of time for these guys to make up as many spots as they please. We'll see how big a tire advantage will play into. This is going to be a good gauge here. These last 2 laps to see how much fresh rubber really does mean at this course. And we are going to go red here just for a second so the entire field can catch up.
I think you saw with the Liar that these tires, you know, if there's multiple laps on the older tires, I think there is going to be a massive difference. You saw how the 28 just did not get going on the restart. But, you know, I think it's been, 5 laps on these tires? So I don't think the 4 cars that stayed out are going to be in massive trouble as the caution is back in the air. And it looks like single file restart. So green this time. Mason, take it away.
Roach finds himself back out in the lead. Better factor of some pit strategy. Second is Kemper. Third is Crowdy. I've not mentioned him all night tonight. Fourth is Alex. And the 15 of CJ will start fifth. Back in the gas. We're green here. And the first one on fresh tires sits in P6 right now. That is the 2-car of Hobbs. Oh, and a big wreck as they come to turn 3 here. We'll see if they keep it green or not. Caution's going to fly. Man.
I think they might try to end this race on the yellow.
They went for it.
Or not this race, this stage. How about CJ moves his way back into the second position?
Yeah, but I think he knows he wouldn't be in this position if it weren't for him bottling it on a pace lap.
One lap shoot. There are multiple people in there asking for one lap shootouts. Then we might have a caution on the last lap of the stage.
Well, if we take the white, then there will be no yellow. It's going to be a race back no matter what.
They probably will. I mean, the field is all right here. What happened with... Oh, there... What actually, no. What happened with Austin? Did he retire?
Austin has taken it behind the wall.
Okay. All right, and then we'll head into
Here we
the
come.
restart zone. Mason taking away.
One more time. We're going to see the white flag in stage 1 here. We're back racing here in the town of Robloxia. Bad restart there for the 28 of Lear. He's going to get jumped by multiple cars. Kappa now into the top 5. And they're almost going to do the exact same thing again. The 91 of Trey is going to go around, collects the 29 of JJ into the bollards. The 51 of CJ goes around, smacks the wall. They're going to keep racing here. The 2-car of Hobbs on those fresh tires, taking advantage of it. Right on the back bumper of Roach, who has definitely led the most laps tonight, leaning on each other as they go down to Meep.
Coming out of turn 7. Heading into 9, still side by side, going through 9 and 10. Roach trying to get a little break. Here comes Campbell, trying to run for the lead. And the 66 of the 10 Hobbs takes out Campbell. He takes it out. Joseph up the second. Queen's going to have a run coming down the backstretch. Joseph defending. He's trying to keep the second position. Queen round the outside. Contact made for the 51 of the 8.
Roach wins by doing nothing. He just lets everyone behind him absolutely self-destruct. A bit of a pile up here coming to the line. And who's going to get the last stage point? It's going to be Kappa. Man, that was a mess coming to the line. So Roach is your stage winner. Second, Queeg. Third, Joseph. Out of nowhere. Fourth, Hobbs. And then the last stage point will go to the 10-car of Kappa, who looked like... Oh, he's going to get turned by Crowdy underpacing. Man, this is just... It's just all going wrong. Man, Roach is going to...
Right now, I think it's more just...
Roach survives on the old tires, wins by doing nothing, just lets the entire field self-destruct behind him. So, kudos to Roach. He's going to pick up a stage win. A guy who is obviously on the outside looking in for the chase. These guys are going to come to a rolling stop here. Speaking of the chase, speaking of points, I think it's a perfect time. We're going to look at our points following the Coca-Cola 600. And as you can... Oh, that's the wrong thing. Hit the wrong button. As you can see here, Hobbs is still your points leader, but Trey took a huge gap out of said points lead after winning the Coca-Cola 600 in back-to-back years. Shmee, who DNQ'd tonight, had a huge opportunity. Great road course racer. CJ2K. Looks like he can hold serve in P4 tonight. Chase, also a DNQ for this race. So we might see a lot of these points here start to shuffle around. Queeg having a good run so far. K-Dub, also a DNQ. A lot of these guys in this top 10 DNQ tonight. Joseph, a huge opportunity tonight. His biggest problem has been making races. And fortunately for him tonight, he was able to qualify in, which will be a huge boost to him and his chase hopes. Then you look below the cut line. You see a couple guys that are in this race tonight, mainly Kappa and Roach. Those two have a huge opportunity tonight to potentially get themselves above the cut line with a solid performance. We just saw Roach win that stage. Roach could very easily get above the cut line tonight. Kappa We're just looking for him to return the form. Then you look at other guys. Alex in P18 in points. P18. He's not exactly known for blazing starts, but he needs a good run tonight to stay kind of in that chase hunt, because you can't dig yourself a hole that you can't dig yourself out of, especially when we're this close to the chase.
As you mentioned it, Roach, he's going to take a massive cut over April, who also DNQ'd. So I think Kappa, Roach, Joseph, K-Dub, I think those guys are really going to be on the bubble right now. Austin, he kind of just parked it. He's going to get a couple points. I think
He
he's
won't
going
get
to jump
points.
April. Maybe not. I don't think he's going to jump April, if my math is right.
He will not jump April.
But yeah, no, Kappa. Yeah, Kappa and Roach, this could be a potentially really, really good day. I mean, obviously, both of them got stage points, with Roach winning the stage, Kappa finishing in fifth. Which, by the way, that was a chaotic finish for P3. Hobbs sent it 3 wide into turn 15, got it stuck. It was insane. But no, I mean, this could be a really good day for Roach. He's been the one with the least problems. I think that's what helped him win stage 1, was he just hasn't had issues. And we've seen Queeg, we've seen Hobbs, we've seen Kappa, even Trey. They all have speed, but they're just having a bunch of issues.
All right. Now this is the part where I'm going to ask Meep for a favor. Some of you guys might not know back home, I've been battling an illness, some sort of cold, sinus infection, really been affecting my voice, and I've been trying to keep it to a minimum. So, Meep, if I could ask you to take over for at least part of this race, you might see me before the end of this race, but I do not think I can carry on in this current state.
10-4, just kind of follow along with what I'm saying. Pits have been open. It looks like everyone except Kappa kind of weirdly, I think he's staying out, or he's just kind of self-penalizing. No, he is staying out.
I will see you guys.
Kappa,
I will see you guys later. Meep, take you home.
Yep. So Kappa is going to be the only one that stays out, but everyone else pits. Roach is going to get a little stuck down pit road unless he can get it. Prey jumps him. I think Joseph is trying to jump him as well. 3 wide to the line. Oh my goodness. Joseph is going to come out in P2. I think it's Hobbs. Excuse me, not Hobbs. Trey in P3, and that looks like that is what is going to be settled out. Queeg for the 4th position, unless Hobbs takes that. No, it looks like it will be Queeg. But Roach, excuse me, not Roach. Kappa stayed out. I think he was one of the cars to kind of flip the stage. So smart move from the 10 car. I think he's definitely going to be at a tire disadvantage. I don't think it's going to be a massive tire disadvantage, but definitely one that it's going to be important to really maintain for Kappa. Single file restarts again. Joseph back up into the P2 position, as I had said. I wonder if he just didn't take fuel there. I guess he may have just taken a little bit of fuel, but it was very close at the line for the race off pit road. Coming out of turn 11 onto the backstretch, all the cars are here. They're still kind of sorting it out on the backstretch. But I think we're going to see another chaotic restart. Joseph kind of warming up his tires right in front of the 91. Green this time, says the race officials. We're getting ready to go back green here for stage number 2. Kappa is looking to capitalize on staying out, keeping the track position. Into the restart zone we go, into turn 15. Kappa, take us away. Down into turn 1. There's a little wreck in the back of the pack. They don't get it sorted together, though. Into turn 2 for the right-left flick. Kappa left to jump. Trey and Joseph make contact. Slow into the barriers. Gives Kappa and Roach massive advantage between the two. And now Trey ups into the 3rd position. They're 3 wide coming out. Turns to the wall. Around the bumper of the 28. Sorry, we're trying to collect my words there. That had just happened. 28 back on track. Queeg, he is, if I could find him, he is back rolling. And we got a battle for second. Here comes Hobbs to the inside of the 51 of Joseph. Little contact from the 51 and the 2. This is for the 4th position, and we have a battle for the lead as well. Kappa and Roach. Kappa in the wall. Roach to the lead. Here comes Trey doing it for 2nd. All over the back bumper of the 10 gives him a push through the corner. Kappa's going to maintain it. Trey kind of slaps the wall, goes back into the 3rd position. Hobbs using the wall. We're going to have another caution. There's a VA car of liar. No caution is called. Surprisingly. Trey hounding the back bumper of the 10 of Kappa, headed down into turn 9. All over the back bumper to the inside, trying a little switchback, doesn't get it. Instead, gives Kappa a little momentum, headed out to turn 11. And down the back stretch they go. Hobbs and Joseph all over the back bumper of the 91, headed down into turn 12. Hobbs sending it to the 91. Joseph's going to have momentum. And into turn 15 they go. Roach is loving what he can't see behind because he is so far away now. He has over a 3.5 second lead over the 10 car. Keep in mind those 2 cars are teammates, so I definitely think Kappa's going to give Roach a little bit of help with defending. To the inside goes the 91. A clean switchback from Trey. He jumps up into the 2nd position, headed down into turn 6 and 7. Quick chicane. Trey is closing, though. A lot faster than I think Roach would have wanted. Headed down to turn 9. A lot faster with the momentum. 10 coming out of 11. Contact between the 91. Falls down in the 5th. And is potentially going to lose 5th. Does, in fact, to JJ. Kappa down in the 6th position. Trey looking for all the momentum, but that is kind of just important right now. 66 looking. Here comes Hobbs to the inside of Trey. No wall contact, which is kind of surprising. Trey looked to the inside of the 66. Didn't get there, though, as they head down into turn 3. I think this is where Trey excels to compare to the 66, but it all depends on if Hobbs wants to cooperate. Goes to the outside, clear of the 91. He's getting it at the 66. Contact, they're all sliding. Out of 5, and Hobbs up to P2. All over the back bumper of the 66, kind of wide out of turn 8 and into 9. Again, Trey, this is kind of where he excels. Hobbs trying to close the gap between himself and the 66. I think Roach got a lot more momentum compared to Hobbs. Down the back straightaway. Into turn 12, Hobbs a lot more aggressive, nearly flipped the wall out of 12 into the left-right of 13-14. Into 15, little contact from the 66 into the wall. He's going to block Hobbs, but here comes the 2 to the inside now. Hobbs contact, I put him in the wall. He dives into the chair. They go. No caution, despite it being the top 2. Definitely think the referees are going to be, not the referees, excuse me, the race officials are holding the yellow flag. They really don't want to continue calling cautions, but Trey has benefited from this massive lead out in front. Joseph in 2nd, JJ up in 3rd, and you got Hobbs down in 4th now. Hobbs, he has the speed, but he has just been super aggressive. And again, that's kind of what I had talked about with Roach. Is Roach, he makes a lot less mistakes. He is much slower than the 2, but he just makes less mistakes. And you kind of saw it there. Now, Roach obviously got the short end of the stick. But I definitely think that Roach will be able to work his way up. Hobbs just really, really impatient. Into 15 goes Joseph, holding on to 2nd position. To JJ in the 29. Through 1 and 2. Into the long left-hander of 3. JJ is gunning on that 51 car. And he is on the back bumper now, looking to set up a move on Joseph. Looks to the outside, peeks back down to the inside, a little switchback move from the 29. Doesn't get the momentum, though, so that means he's not going to get the position, excuse me. Hobbs all over the back bumper of the 29 Ford. Might have something to say about this P2 battle. Sends it down the inside, put him out of contact with the 29. And out of 11, is he going to get the momentum? 29 blocks, so now all that energy is going to be transferred into JJ. Hobbs is looking around the 29 any way he can. Joseph maintains the P2 position. Hobbs giving him a massive shove to JJ. Queen getting approved for a reset. So I think he's going to be back on the lead lap. Here comes Hobbs to the inside of the 29 of JJ. JJ near the wall. Hobbs using his aggressiveness. He's back up into third. I don't think JJ is really going to appreciate that. And Joseph! Joseph's slow on the Martinsville corner. Hobbs to the outside of the 51, side by side through 6 and 7. Sliding into the wall, ruining their momentum. CJ up into this battle for now for P2. Hobbs giving a push to JJ again. He is super aggressive, very impatient. And it's kind of, what's ruining, this pack from going back and catching Trey. As Trey is just gone now. Should be getting the line. There he is right there. Should have probably about a 4-second lead. 5 seconds. There we go. But now JJ slops the wall a little slow into 3. Hobbs a lot tighter in that corner. Through 4. To the inside goes JJ in the 29. Hobbs is going to send it also to the inside of Joseph. Side by side, coming in a 5, in a 6. JJ clear of this battle, but Hobbs says, not so fast. You're coming right back here, and Hobbs into the 3rd position, trying to get some momentum onto JJ. CJ giving a massive push to his team owner. Those two cars, they really work well together. Just haven't been able to show the speed yet. Joseph round Hobbs. Hobbs just trying to find something. Here comes Joseph. An absolute send into 12. JJ maintains the P2 position. 6-second gap between himself and Trey. He is not able to run away from Joseph, Hobbs, and CJ. Hobbs using the inside lane a lot better than pretty much any other car in this field. CJ to the outside of Hobbs, trying to get something, kind of a crossover move. Doesn't get the momentum. In fact, Hobbs will kind of use it. Gets a push from the 15. Here comes CJ to the inside. JJ hits the wall. Joseph sees it. Says, thank you, sir. To the inside. Joseph back up into 2nd. And look out now, but here comes JJ again, trying to get that P2 position. Hobbs losing ground. Again, he's just super aggressive. He's just super aggressive, and it's kind of just losing him time. JJ to the inside, pass for 2nd. It reels Hobbs back into this fight for P2. In a 15, Hobbs peeking to the inside. Almost a 10-second gap. Oh! Around goes the 51! Going backwards! Slams into the 15! Joseph is not going to love that. Losing time, gets passed by Roach. I think he's down to... he is down to the 6th position. A massive gap between Roach and Kappa. About 7 seconds between those two cars. Hobbs looking at, makes a mistake, gets caught up on a car, or not a car, a wall. And now Hobbs, he's free and moves up into the 2nd position. CJ not happy with the 29 for some reason. Little contact between the 15 and the 29. Gonna be side by side coming at a 12. Unless JJ clears him, and he does. Out of 13, 14 through 15. And almost 12-second gap between JJ and Trey. So right now the question is Hobbs going to be able to run down Trey? It's about 13 laps to go. still plenty of time for Trey to make a mistake. Uh, Hobbs to naturally catch up to him. He can see him. You know, sorry. Trey was coming out of turn 8 when Hobbs was going into about turn 6. So there is plenty of time being caught up, and I think Hobbs, using his aggression to his advantage, kind of slaps the wall coming out of turn 11. That's going to lose a little bit of momentum from the 2 car. But he is enjoying this clean air to go catch the 91. Hobbs, he has closed the gap massively. I think it was about a 6-second, maybe 9-second gap, and he's closed that down to 3 seconds. Hobbs is going to say, "Thank you, sir." Hobbs out to the lead, and CJ is going to take second. Not at all what Trey wanted. He drops down to third. I mean, massive mistake for the 91. Kind of clipped the wall coming into 4 there. Got stuck, spun around, and kind of pressure. I guess he saw the time gap just close massively. Pressure got to the 91. As Hobbs, he has a ton of room to stretch his legs, and he is running down Kappa into the 10th position, who hasn't even crossed the line yet. Oh, Kappa's coming out pit road. So Kappa sees there's about 11 laps. He's going to pit. And the 91 of Trey is also going to pit. I think they're seeing now that these tires, they're wearing so much. They really just need some kind of advantage to gain on these drivers. Kappa comes out. Trey's going to be along close with him. When we look through the rest of the field, there's a battle between Alex and Crowdy. But that is for the P7 position. Currently outside points. I think the question now is who's going to bite? They've seen Trey and Kappa to pit. Are they going to bite? Are they going to just let those cars, bleed the track position? We're going to see now with Hobbs, he's going to stay out. I think he sees now 10 laps to go. There's really no reason to come down pit road, but CJ also stayed out, if I'm not mistaken, and yes, he did. Trey came out into the about 6th position, maybe? Let's see where he came out. Now he's going to come out in the 8th position, but I think he's a lot faster than Crowdy and Alex, and now he has the fresher tires. 6-second gap between those cars. About 12 seconds to the points paying position in the stages. And don't look now, but Roach has gained on JJ. Into the 4th position is Roach. He is rapidly closing in on the 29. I think you see Hobbs. Well, I'm looking at Hobbs. And he stays out as well. CJ is just up the road from the 29 car. They're also going to stay out. So 9 to go. They don't really see anything. I think this is they're kind of just waiting to see how Trey gets the advantage with these pressure tires. And right now, it doesn't look like any advantage. Kappa is all over the back bumper of the 51. Trey has moved into this position. But not really any gain. In fact, I think he lost time. CJ hit the wall in 2nd position. And now JJ to the inside of the 15, cleared for 2nd. What contact? The 29. And it's going to let Roach through into P3. Massive mistake so far for the front runners. I apologize. Um, yeah, a lot of cars still staying out. I don't think they're going to pit the stage. I think they've seen that the track position right now matters more than getting fresh tires. Unless Trey can really run down Hobbs, close that gap. It was about 23 seconds last time he crossed the line. It's 20 seconds now, a 3-second advantage to Trey. 8 laps, I think that's about 24 seconds. So, Trey, he might have something. Definitely going to be something to be paying attention to for the leaders. Saying that, their tires are going to be much older than those fresh tires, and Trey already a fast driver, headed down into turn 9 right now through 10. I think he's got clean air too, so definitely something that Hobbs may be paying attention to. Honestly, I don't think anyone might pit here this stage. I think they're realizing that 7 laps to go. Everyone but Trey and Kappa has equal tires, so it's all pretty much equal throughout the field. Trey has closed the gap though for 4 seconds, so maybe there's something. He can now see Hobbs coming through turn 7. I believe that was Hobbs. Yes, it was. Trey is trying everything he can. Now he has closed up the gap between 4th and 3rd. And like I said, fresh tires, he might have a massive advantage over the 29 and 15. Or, excuse me, 66. As he's through 11. Coming down into turn 12, a lot later on the brakes, is Trey, depending on that 29. They are close together, the 66 and the 29 of JJ. I don't know if I've been saying TJ or something. My bad if I have. But here comes Trey through 3, entering 4. And he is there with the fresh tire through turn 5, known as Martinsville Corner. On the back bumper of the 29, he closed the gap another 4 seconds. Trey going to be patient. A little bit of use with the bumper for JJ. To the inside he goes, and I think JJ is pretty much going to surrender that position to the 91. Has a lot more momentum, does Trey. Right now, he just needs to not mess up. And there is CJ in the 15 car just up the road. So we're going to see now. Does he get within about 8 seconds of the leader? And right now, he just needs to... Oh, here comes CJ. CJ is coming out pit road. He sees Trey. And he says, I'll match that. 5 laps to go. Trey is slower that time, but he's been in traffic. 2-second advantage. Oh, Wilson for one! And this is not what Trey wanted. He wanted to pass him more in a more passing-friendly opportunity, but right now it's not that section of the racetrack. He is being held up by the 66 through Martinsville Corner. You can see, the road hits the wall and it lets Trey free. Absolutely flying is that 91 car. Through 10 and to 11, down the backstretch, headed down into 12. Right now, this is going to be something very, very important for Hobbs to pay attention. We're calling a 4 to go, but the gap is closing. 10 seconds last lap. I think it's going to be a lot. I think it's going to be about a 2-second advantage to Trey due to being in the lap traffic. Hobbs passes the line. Here comes Trey. At 6 seconds, so a 4-second advantage to Trey. I think he's going to close in within the next 2 laps. And Hobbs knows it. Hobbs coming in through 5 on the exit now. He can see Trey in his mirrors. Running down is the 91. Through 7 and 8. No tap of the wall. I don't think Hobbs is really loving what he sees in his mirror right now. Through 10 and 11, down to the backstretch, into 12. Hobbs slow out of the corner. Here comes Trey. He is flying right now. To the back bumper he goes. He is close. He can just send it through the corners. And now he's setting up the pass through 15. Sees the inside lane. Trey to the point. 3 laps to go. Hobbs doesn't put up a fight, and now the stage win. Far out ahead of him. There's I think that's the 51. That is, in fact, the 51. That orange car just ahead of Trey. I mean, a masterclass move for Trey. Splitting the stage with about 11 laps to go. Gives a massive shove to Joseph. And now Joseph is going to be a lap down. Hobbs trying to catch the 91 again. Maybe trying to save a little bit of his stuff, but Trey's just on much better tires right now. He's got about 20% advantage over the 2 car. And I think a lot of people now are going to see this move that Trey made, and I think they're going to they know now tires really, really matter, especially if you have a longer run. 10 it's about 11 lap run from when Trey pitted, and it's he took the lead with about 4 to go. Trey opened up about a 3-second gap, and I think it's going to just expand even more. Crowdy might be on the chopping block. Oh, no, never mind. He's through 12 right now. And Trey, is coming near the white flag. So I don't think that Crowdy's really in danger of losing a lap. Currently, Joseph has the lucky dog position, and Kappa is nowhere near him. He's with Tweed down in about turn 3 right now. But Trey coming through turn 15. The white flag is in the air for stage number 2. A masterclass for Trey. He's opened up about a 7-second gap now. And he is closing in on a car ahead. I think that is Crowdy. Maybe I spoke too soon. I don't know if Trey is going to give Crowdy a kind of a pass here. So he is still going at it, trying to open up as big of a gap as possible. Joseph is just praying that Crowdy can stay ahead of the 91. He wants that lucky dog position and put himself back on the lead lap. And it looks like that will be the case unless Crowdy has a massive screw up through 12 and 15. But here comes Trey out of the final few corners. Brilliant strategy call for Trey. He's going to come through turn 15. Stage number 2 goes to the 91. Trey's going to win it. Hobbs coming around the final quarter. He's going to take P2, an 8.6 second gap. Looks like Roach is going to be P3. JJ kind of had a little incident coming out of turn 12. But yeah, Roach, another game on April, finishes in the 3rd position. JJ in 4th, and it looks like CJ will in fact finish in the 5th position in the stage to get the final points position. 31 seconds back of the leader. Definitely not what he wanted. He has the freshest tires compared to everyone right now, as he pitted a couple laps later than Trey. But this is devastating for Kappa and Queeg, as those 2 cars will remain a lap down. And now with this, seeing what Trey has done, I talked about it in the pre-race. The fuel lasts about 40 laps. This next stage is about 50. So do you pit early? Or is some people gonna maybe do a two stopper? I mean that's all possible. It's definitely something to be attentive about. To be restarting with 50 laps. As I don't know if Mason is still here, but while we're under red, I'm gonna need a little bit of a break. I need to go get some water. So uh, yeah, I guess we'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry, gang. I had to go give me some water. Now I'm saving the whole race. It's exhausting on the voice. Oh man. Um. Oh, we're gonna do a little USCL break. So officially, we're gonna take a break. It's gonna be about 5 minutes potentially. We will also take this break again. I know it just came back, but yeah. So we're gonna take this break. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be right back. Oh man. We're getting ready back racing, boys and girls. Oh man. This is the long night. Man. I think we got about 40-ish laps to go. I think they shortened it down to lap 80, so I gonna be close on fuel. Tires is definitely going to be important. So we're rolling out. Pit road is open, and I expect everyone, including Trey, including CJ, all to come down a pit road. In fact, it'd be kind of stupid to stay out here. The split pit lane, talked about it in the pre-race, excuse me. Definitely going to be crowded here in stage 2, and it looks like everyone will be coming out pit road. Trey has a little bit of an advantage over Hobbs. No speeders as we enter pit road for potentially one of 2 final times. Hobbs backing up, doing it on Queeg again. Queeg is not loving this, and Joseph is out of pit lane. Joseph is going to take the lead. Trey is also going to jump up to second. Hobbs is going to be in third. Roach jumps to fourth. Queeg in fifth. That's Alex in sixth. He switched paint schemes, as is the Alex tradition. But Joseph, a strange call from the 51. Oh, wait, no, he didn't. He got... Oh, wait, I think he pitted late and it just came in for fuel. So, honestly, a smart move by Joseph. Flip the stage in a sense. And now Joseph is out in the lead. Trey to second, Hobbs in third, Roach again in fourth, Queeg in fifth. It's Alex in sixth, Liar in seventh, CJ in eighth. That's the 32 of Crowdy in the ninth position. And then that yellow car, that is JJ out in 10th. Kappa pulled it behind the pit wall. They're going a lap down, but it will be indeed lap 80. So about 32, 31 laps. 31 laps when we restart here at the town of Robloxia Grand Prix. Joseph coming out of turn 12 and the left right of 13-14, and he is going to take us to the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. Joseph, take us away through 15. Trey giving a bump. Roach, a massive shove. He gets put into the wall. And not the start of the race, stage 3 that Roach would have wanted. Has not crossed the line yet. Trying to get that thing backfired again. Hobbs to the inside of the 91 of Trey. Goes to second. And Roach finally got it going. 20 seconds back. And that's pretty much going to be race ender unless there's a caution. Queen to the inside of the 2 and the 91. The 91 clear of Hobbs. Here comes the 8. A switch back on to Hobbs. Through 9. And into 10. Queen with the inside lane, but he's going to have the disadvantage coming into 11 on the corner. Hobbs has it. Gets a little shot into the wall. Queen trying to get the momentum. Goes around the outside. Hobbs lets him through. And oh, Joseph, the leader, spun around. It's the wall. No caution. No, there is the caution. And that is going to save Roach. He apparently had lag on the start.
So that restart really changed the running order. Trey up into the excuse me. Whoa, I'm sorry. Late at night. I apologize. Trey is out front with Queeg right behind him. Hobbs in third. CJ fourth. Alex, he kind of has had a quiet day, but he's in the fifth position. Lyers moved up into sixth. JJ seventh. That is Crowdy in eighth. Joseph leading the race got himself put into the turn 12 barrier. He's in P9 and Roach all the way down in P10, but this is an amazing opportunity for that 66 car to get back with the field. Excuse me, if I want to talk, get back with the field, go back for some positions. Expect Roach to climb his way through. I don't know if he'll be able to really get back up into the lead, but we shall see as Trey gets an amazing restart. They're all multiple cars wide, maybe 3 wide coming at a turn 2. No issues in a 3 single file with for the first 5 cars. Using a little bit of wall. 3 wide for about a 5th between JJ. Alex and Roach. 3 wide coming out of Martinsville. And they got it squared away. Here comes Hobbs to the inside of the 15. A clean move from the 2 car. Hobbs up to third. Queeg in second. A car we really want to be looking out for. He was on pole until Hobbs had an amazing lap in qualifying. Now later on the brakes than the 91. A lot wider into 12, which sets up a poor 13 and 14. But can he get through 15? Trey a lot more aggressive with the wall. It has the advantage still. DJ looking over the back bumper on Hobbs there. Here comes Queeg trying to close the gap between himself and the 91. Through Martinsville they go. And he has, in fact, closed that gap. That's about 2 car lengths between the 91 and the 8. Queeg near the wall into 7. I talked about it in the pre-race. That is going to be something to be looking out for. Here comes the 8. Onto the back bumper of the 91. Through 10 and 11. Down to the back stretch. Headed down into turn 12. Trey got a much better exit from 11. Don't look now. Roche is into the 5th position. Alex reporting issues with turning. Trey a much better 15. And it's going to extend his gap between himself and the 8 car. Hobbs has closed into the back bumper of Queeg. Hobbs, your Milwaukee winner. Definitely knows how to use the brake. In the Martinsville race he was very good at. Trey slow through the corner. They are catching that 91. DJ getting left behind. 3-car battle for the lead between the 91, the 8, and the 2 car. Surprisingly, no drive-throughs. Queeg! Queeg around! It's going to slow down CJ. Made the 2 car lift off a little bit. Now there's a massive gap between the 91 and the 2 of Hobbs. Queeg has fallen down to the 4th position. He is side by side, or really not side by side, but he is very close to CJ. I expect those 2 will be battling. And yes, in fact, they are. Here comes the 8 to the inside of the 15. Cleared through Martinsville they go. DJ not trying to take it lying down. Trying to get a little momentum. Headed down to turn 6 and 7. Into the Roblox mark. Queeg a lot more aggressive with these walls. DJ, a little wall tap coming to turn 9. Hard on the brake goes to 15. He might have a better entry into 10 and 11 right here. Does he have the run, though? Little tap of the brakes I saw. Run down the 8 car. Now, also look at that gap between Trey and Hobbs. The question now is that gap going to be really, really close? And in fact, it is. I switched back to Trey. Hobbs is there. 7/10 between the 91 and the 2. Unless Hobbs, he messes up too. And that really messes up his turn 3. Trey is slopping the wall into 4 and through Martinsville. Hobbs was extremely close to the 91. Yeah, not messed up turn 2. I definitely think he would have been passing now. Through 9 and 10, setting up turn 11 in the backstretch. Oh, Hobbs clips the wall! Hobbs cracking under pressure, clips the wall and turn 11, and that is Trey just gone. And that is definitely not a corner where you want to hit it because this is the fastest part of the racetrack. Hobbs is going to have to lock back in and go catch Trey. 7/10 of a second, the gap last time around, it has increased to 3.5 seconds. About a 2.8 second advantage to Trey. Like I said, that is not a part of the racetrack where you want to really lose time, especially with it being, like I said, the fastest part of the racetrack. Hobbs trying to close back in, a lot of very aggressive into a 7 and 8. Going down to the turn 9. Trey a lot wider through 9 and 10. But he could definitely set up turn 11 the best. Hobbs is gaining, though. Hobbs running down to the 91 car. That gap has closed about 1.4 seconds. Oh, go Trey on the wall. Trey on the wall is going to bring in Hobbs. Hobbs contact as well. Hobbs to the lead, though. They aren't completely flipped over, so no caution, but this does bring in Queeg. You can see him there in the back. Also, CJ. His name being thrown into the ring, but Hobbs, he's got clean air now. Is he able to run away from Trey? Definitely the 2 cars' best portion of the track right here that we get to about turn 11. Where I think Trey is just a little... Oh, no, Hobbs makes a mistake again. Trey slaps the wall. Here comes Queeg. He has the best momentum. Hobbs is cracking under pressure. Queeg up to second now. My goodness gracious. Trey back to the lead. I mean, this is the stuff of legends right here. 3 seconds between the top 4. And, oh, Trey around! Trey completely around! He was perpendicular to the racetrack. The caution is out! My goodness gracious! Trey spins around. And Hobbs into the wall as well. This is just insane. Now, here's a great question. Who's going to pit? Right? We put quite a few laps on these tires. It's been 20%, maybe 30%. And, we saw Trey. He had a massive advantage once he pitted. That had about a 20% gap. Pit road will be open this time, so we're going to be paying attention to who comes down pit road gets the advantage of tires, and this might be the only time they really need to pit, especially with fuel and tires. Pit's open, and it's going to be green next time. Hobbs is going to lead them down, maybe, and it looks like he is. Everyone's coming out pit road, so maybe not as much of an advantage as people would have wanted, seeing everyone come down pit road. With about 21 laps to go, we're going to be restarting with 20. A lot better entry for Hobbs, and that means going to be a lot better exit for the 8 car. Everyone getting serviced, 4 tires and fuel. Hobbs out and away. Joseph, an amazing start. Here comes CJ, though. My goodness gracious. CJ and Joseph on the same strategy. They didn't take a lot of fuel. They definitely took enough to get to the end of the race, but they took 4 tires as well, and it jumps the 51 up into the 3rd position. Hobbs is going to maintain into the lead, but here's Liar in 2nd. Going to be green this time as well. Yeah, I mean, just insane. Queeg and Trey, they were losers of that pit stop. Crowdy up into that. I think that's 5th here. Yes, that is. Roach down there in about 8th position. Everyone warming up their tires now. It's going to be 20 laps to go, so nearly the full length of stage 1. And we saw a lot of chaos happen within those 22 laps. In a full race, there may be some tempers flaring. Drivers getting tired. Everyone's getting ready to go back green here on lap 61. Warming up their tires, the Toyotas. 3 Toyotas in the top 5, led by a Ford and a Chevrolet. And coming to the restart zone. Hobbs takes the green flag. On the restart, Liar blocking Joseph, and there's multiple cars involved. Quig around. There was a car down pit road as well. No caution. Hobbs, a massive jump over the 28, but here comes Liar. We haven't talked about him. The caution is back out. It was Roach who had to go down pit road. And we're going to re-rack him and go again. I love Meep You. I hope Mason didn't look at. I hope Mason doesn't have the chat open. All right, so. Damn it, he does. Fuck. Pardon. Hobbs TTB, me and Liar P1 and P2. Sorry, y'all like reading the chat sometime. But anyway, we're gonna lock back in. It's gonna be about 18 laps to go. 19, I think it is. It's gonna be green this time. Hobbs is gonna be enter the restart zone. The green flag is in the air. Not sure why the officials haven't pulled it yet. But it is, in fact, in the air. We're going racing again. Liar in 2nd. Joseph in 3rd. Holding off his teammate. In the 15 car to the inside goes CJ. Clear. Multiple cars stacking up. That's JJ into the wall. Slows up Trey and Roach. And Hobbs is going to be loving to hear that from his team. There's the green flag being dropped. May have been a technical issue in the pit stop. Here comes Liar to the inside. Liar, not taking it lightly. Through 9, onto the back bumper of the 2. Might put him near the wall. Through 11, gets the run. The 2 in the wall. Liar, welcome to the lead. No, he gets turned. Here comes CJ. 3 wide. 3 wide for the lead, and it's CJ out front. Joseph having a run as well. He might bump the 28. No. Liar crosses over the 2. Gets out to 2nd. CJ in the wall, everyone in the wall. Here comes Joseph to the outside of Hobbs. My goodness gracious. Japan. Multiple cars stack up. Here comes Liar. Gives the 15 a push. Side by side. Coming at a 5 and a 6. Through the corner. Liar. Top of the wall. But he is back out front. CJ might send a move, looks low, goes to the outside. His teammate Joseph is close. There's multiple. I don't know what's going on in the back, but they have lost the front 3 cars. And it's two of the 3 really we haven't talked about all day with Joseph and Liar, especially Liar. I mean, he kind of just came out of nowhere, but he is out front holding up CJ. And he's going to get his first lap lane, I think, of the day. Or, well, other than the restart. But you got 2 Joseph Scott racing cars in the 15 and the 51. Oh, whoa! The 15 is stopped on the track. For some reason, he just kind of turned left. Even more, it might have been lag, but Joseph drops down from P3 down to about, I want to say P6. What was looking to be a promising day for Joseph just collapses. That has been his issue all race and potentially even all year. Alex slow. Bray and Joseph pass him by. We're going to go back to the lead of the race. And CJ, where did he go? Looked like CJ has an issue as he is now just entering turn 12. And K-Dub, he's coming into 15. So I think CJ may have hit a bump or something. But JJ is right on the back bumper of the 15. Four-second gap between Liar and CJ. Liar, a part-time driver, out there driving in the 28 car. That whole team pretty much is a part-time program. Pinnacle Racing Group, that was the name of it. Liar, he's had a bit of an issue. I was looking up the name of the team. I'm sorry, I'm gonna lie. But CJ has closed the gap between himself and the 28 car. Do a little ride along with the 15 on that roof cam. CJ just absolutely just surgical with what he's doing right now into 3. I think the gap has gotten a little bit wider, but you can see there's the 28 car right there. He is close. CJ a little bit used up a wall. He might be Ross Chastain yet. This is not the final race of the 2022 playoffs. Oh, he's wide. He's wide. Number 9 a little wide. Trying to set up a left in, slow tap of the brakes. Not what he wanted. And if we look behind him, here is the 29 and the 91. It's JJ and Trey. Trey is all over the back bumper of the 29 car. DJ has lost time to the 28 car. Thank you to our cameraman doing all this wonderful work for us. But JJ sliding. Here comes Trey to the outside of the 29. Crossover move. Yes, indeed. Does he have the momentum, though? I don't think he does, unless he's going to peek to the outside, gives JJ a little bit of a bump, headed to 11. Through that corner, down to the backstretch. And here comes Trey, peeking to the inside of the 29, backs off. Oh, wait! JJ's pitting. JJ is coming down pit road with about 12 laps to go. He is definitely speeding down pit road. That's a little, I mean, not caught by the by the officials. This really allows Trey to run down CJ, as now they are already bumper to bumper. Liar is loving what is behind him, as he's now 7 seconds contact between the 15 and the 91. CJ gets put into the wall. Or the fence, excuse me. And now this is definitely not a car that Liar wants behind him. Because Trey is a lot faster. I mean, just blistering.
Meep,
Yeah, what's up? I
I'm
got
back. Lap 69. We're doing
you.
this
Welcome
now.
back. Oh, straight out pit road.
We're doing this now. You know what it is. You know what I'm calling. You know what
Yeah.
you're calling.
I am
Sorry
going
to
drink some
sorry to
water
leave you
while-
high and dry, folks, but I am back now. Interesting pit strategy that we have setting up here. Obviously, Kemper way out in front now, but now 2 guys behind him going down pit road. I believe CJ threw it down pit road as well. So we saw how advantageous the tires were, Meep, but who knows how big of an advantage they'll make on this final run.
I think the 28 car might throw it down pit road here. He sees the 2 cars have pitted. He has a massive advantage. He's got about 22 seconds to the 1 car of Alex. So I think he'll come out a couple seconds behind the 1 car, but I definitely think there's going to be a pit stop from the 28 of Liar here.
He will not throw it down pit road this time. Lap 70 now, 11 laps to go. There's still plenty of time left in this race. We saw how quickly the likes of, especially Trey in that second stage, how quickly he was able to catch Hobbs on the newer tires. We'll see what Layer's strategy is here, as he's going to round turn 5 here, coming back to you here.
Yep, through 6. I think he's really just waiting to see how Trey is. I mean, it was about a 4th. Well, really, it kind of just depended. But it was around a 4-second gap, and it's 3 seconds with about 11 laps to go. Honestly, I wouldn't hate staying out. I think there's enough laps, and I think Liar has enough of cars between himself and the 91 that it might be advantageous for the 28 car to stay out.
I feel like if the 28 stays out here, then I think that's kind of what the 91 wants, but I think the 91 can also catch him on these fresher tires. Right now, having a bit of a struggle with getting by Roach here.
That's definitely what Liar's going to want, is these cars to really hold him up. Oh wait, there was an incident. The 28 in the wall. He was slow.
He's going to lose a lot of time there, and as his tires are degrading, he's going to have to take these corners a lot slower now. Was able to gain a little bit, get a little bit of a gap to the 51, but Trey obviously behind a lot of traffic. Oh no! Trey is now stuck in the bollards.
That's gotta bring out a caution. He's stuck. He's fully stuck. That is going to bring out a caution. Help out. No CSR. Looks like they're trying to kind of let him go. And there is in fact caution. Not at all you want for that 28 call. He does put him down though, but he'll just get the free pass. I mean, whoa, just this race. But now if you're a Liar, I mean, here's the question. Do you pit now? I mean, there's less than 10 laps to go. Sure, Trey might cycle out to the lead. Oh, and they're saying right on back, and 28. Definitely not listening to those, but I mean, I guess that is really just the question. Like, do you pit?
I mean,
Oh man, this is.
I mean, that is just absolutely soul crushing for the 28. But obviously, I think the 91 is just trying to make his way through. He's going to lose a lot of track position here. Going to be a lap down. You have to start at the tail end of the longest line. And Trey, he's not happy with Roach. That is very, very... we obviously weren't able to catch out our broadcast, but not very happy with the 66 of Roach as he was trying to make his way through here. Now, we sit with about 9 laps to go. Pits, I assume, are going to be open this time. We'll see what happens here now. We know how much of a difference fresh rubber will make, but... Man. I mean, at least Lear will more than likely be able to hold the lead. So it's going to be interesting to see what the strategy brings here. I wonder if those guys who have already pit, if they come back down.
I mean, maybe. They definitely have a few laps on their tires, but I don't think it's going to be, like, enough right now. Obviously, more laps on the tires is going to, it's going to wear out faster, especially with, 9 laps to go. That's not a short amount of time to go around this racetrack. So, the tires are definitely going to wear a lot there. Having a multi-lap disadvantage. I mean, there's kind of just no reason not to pit unless you are.
Everyone's going to have to pit here, but you think of the likes of guys who have already pit, guys like Trey, guys like JJ. Do they stay out, get the track position? Because how much does that advantage go? Because we know that advantage can evaporate pretty quickly.
Well, it doesn't really matter right now. I think you've really seen with the tire wear, with the 28 car, in fact, where, I mean, sure, he probably just hasn't been great on restarts, but usually when we are restarting, he's on older tires, and he just dies, right? And I think that even if you stay out here with these old tires with 9 laps to go, they're gonna wear like crazy. I think you're probably gonna fall a lap down. So, in my opinion, I think it's stupid unless you have just pitted. I think it's stupid to stay out.
I think we're going to see a very busy pit road. That is for sure.
Joseph is not going. Lyre's going to have a massive advantage headed into the pit stalls. Unless the field can gain back on him, and they do.
We'll see who decides to take it out pit road here. See, there it
JJ
is.
stays out.
JJ
Stays out.
All these guys, I believe, have already pit. Hobbs pit, just recently, the 8-car pit. Definitely going to throw a wrench in some things here, but the other lead lap cars will come down pit road here. Trey obviously already made his pit stop. We'll see if he has a shorter pit stop here. CJ with a very short pit stop. It's going to be neck and neck between... Actually, it's not going to be neck and neck. He's going to win the race off pit road. Kemper in 2nd. Joseph in 4th. Alex in 5th. And Trey in 6th. Actually, I think I got that all wrong. Joseph in 3rd. Alex in 4th. My bad. It's been a long night here in the town of Robloxia. I think I need to go down to the Roblox Mart. Get myself a nice, refreshing Bloxy Cola. Get me through this race. Give me some energy, if you know what I mean.
I'm going to need a lot more than those. I'm going to need a lot more than just one. Interesting call from Trey here. Coming down pit road when you already had fresh tires.
I mean, he knows that he is probably the best car on track in especially on fresh tire. I think he knows he's the best car on track when everyone's on equal tires. He just needs the track position at this point. And he does not have that. He's going to be stuck all the way back in P8. We're coming to 7 laps to go here, Meep. I think all bets are off at this point.
Absolutely. The gloves are going to be coming off here for the restart zone.
Back into the gas. JJ's going to lead us to green. We're green once again, and a great jump there from the 8 car of Queeg. The head down to the first couple of turns. Queeg takes the lead. Going to try to clear it. 8 car on point here. And here comes the 2 of Hobbs, along with the 15 of CJ. The race down the turn. Number 5 here, the 28 of Lear. Upside down. This is my zone. Meep.
Still, that's kind of important.
And the caution will come out. I can call it if it's in my zone. Don't worry about it. But man, what a restart there from Queeg. Absolutely shot out of a cannon there. He's been really fast tonight as well. And yeah, I think that incident did warrant a caution.
Crazy restart. I mean, heartbreaking for Liar, man. He had over a 20-second advantage.
This race is not over, but definitely puts a damper on this thing. Waiting for the officials.
Green
ruling.
next time.
They're going to go green next time. Probably the right choice. Get everyone.
DJ pits again.
Yeah, CJ, that would be a to the back, but he's already at the back. The pits were not open.
I don't know that restart from Queeg though. Coming in, I think he was third, and then had a great restart, jumps up to the first position. Joseph coming up to fourth. I wonder what happened with him.
Yeah, Joseph kind of just hanging around right now. He just needs a modest day because he's right now kind of just treading water around that chase cut line, trying to obviously stay above the cut line before we get to our first race of the chase. So CJ did end up pitting, but it would be a to the back. He's already at the back. Don't think the juice is really worth the squeeze here in terms of the tire advantage. But here we go. We're gonna be coming to. This will be 6 laps to go. I'm pretty sure 5 laps to go.
Something like that.
We're getting ready here. And you thought the gloves were off last restart. We might see even more of this restart. The 8 car of Queeg, the 29 of JJ, the 2 of Hobbs, the 51 of Joseph. Back in the gas here as they come down the front stretch. A great restart by Queeg. He's going to get out to about a 2 car length advantage over JJ. Now Hobbs trying to pressure that 29 car. Another Ford teammate there trying to get underneath him. He's going to send one up the inside as they come to turn 4 here. He's going to clear for second. Now he has his eyes set on the 8 car. It's an absolute madhouse back here. Everyone's scrambling for a position as they go down into turn 6.
Here comes JJ to the inside. 5 laps to go. JJ, contact with Hobbs in the wall. Joseph trying to take advantage. Doesn't get the momentum, and he's going to fall back. Oh, my goodness. Trey to the back bumper of the 51. Here comes the Hobbs. Massive braking point. Gets a ton of, oh my gosh, room on the 8 car. Cut the advantage from Queeg, headed down into turn 12. Hobbs, he's going to be late on the brake for the rest of the race. Here comes JJ.
51 of Joseph to the inside now of JJ. Obviously, our Daytona 500 winner, the 8 car of Queeg is going to clip that inside wall. He goes around. The caution comes out with 4 laps to go. And your leader now is the 2 car of Hobbs, followed by JJ and Lear in the 28 back up to P3. Actually, no, he's going to be up to P4. So it all kind of worked out in the end, but they were all going for it there. Queeg, I told you got to keep those mistakes to a minimum. It's so easy to clip that wall there on those tight corners, and Queeg he bit off more than he could chew.
I mean, it was kind of really tight with that corner with Hobbs and Queeg, but I mean, yeah. Oh, and there goes Liar. Oh, pits are closed. They're having a wreck under caution. I don't know if they're going to let the no pits open. They're going to be green this time, so hopefully they can get back into their positions. I don't think they will be. Oh, no, here comes the 28 car right now.
Yeah, they're going to be able to.
I mean, we're going to be restarting with about, 3 laps to go? Yeah, 3 laps to go, so we continue to wreck on these restarts.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope they can make it to the white, but right now I think you're going to see a lot of desperate guys trying to make moves for the win. A lot of guys that want to find themselves in victory lane. A lot of guys that think that they deserve to be in victory lane tonight. We've seen our fair share of comers and goers, but I still got my eyes on that 91 car. It's going to be starting about 6 lanes deep through the restart zone. Back in the gas. A little bit of contact between the two leaders, but we are green once again. Hobbs, not a great restart. JJ right in his back bumper. Here comes the 51 of Joseph. He's throwing his hat into the ring here. 2x2 throughout the rest of the field. His teammate, CJ, right behind him. Hobbs trying to build a bit of a gap. Now the two JSR cars on the attack on JJ. The 66 of Roach will go around. Here comes CJ leaning on JJ as they come down to turn 6 and 7. Hobbs with the advantage.
And not to mention, but Liar was involved in that. Side by side is the 51 and 15 for third position. Hobbs is clear and away right now in the lead. JJ trying to run him down. Slow in turn 10. Joseph to the back bumper of the 29. That pretty much seals it for Hobbs, but it's still coming to 2 laps to go. CJ to the outside of the 51. They might split the 29 3 wide, headed down to turn 12. Yes, they are. No, Joseph backs out, trying to get the advantage in the 3. JJ in the wall. Slade breathe the third 15 with him. No caution.
No caution. They're going to keep it rolling there. And now the 51 of Joseph under attack from the 91 of Trey. Now, Joseph needs a good point today. The 91 is faster. I think he's just got to let him by here. Keep the mistakes to a minimum. But speaking of mistakes, Hobbs slips up big time. Going to allow Joseph to cut in big time.
Hey.
The caution actually has come out. I did not think that they threw it.
I was waiting for you to say, are you with free cam right now? Or?
I'm usually always in free cam, but the caution did come out. Right. Let's do it again. Let's bunch them back together.
Overtime.
Once again, we're going to go into overtime here at the Robloxia.
Actually, it might be
Grand Prix. No, this will be overtime. This will be overtime.
Okay.
We're not going to have a 1-lap shootout. We don't do that here.
But that'd be fun.
That would be a shit show.
It would be a shit show, but it'd be fun. Oh my gosh. And right now, I mean, I think Joseph is probably in the best best position possible. But look out in that third position. Trey has moved his way up into this conversation for the win. Alex in fourth, Queeg in fifth. I mean, this is and they're gonna throw the red to help fix the laps. It is
get the laps correct on this ticker. So right now, I think anyone in the top 5 anyone in this top 5 realistically has a chance. It's going to be Hobbs. Then it's going to be the 51 of Joseph. Where did he come from? Then the 91 of Trey, the 1 of Alex, who I mentioned pre-race, the 8 of Queeg, into the restart zone. We're under overtime conditions here in Robloxia. Not a bad start there from the 51. He's going to try to take away this win from the 2 car of Hobbs. All of them are getting into the wall. Queeg lunging one up the inside of the 1 car of Alex, trying to clear him, and they're both going to go into the wall, and that's going to pretty much end their chances. It's basically anyone in this top 3 now. Around turn 5, Joseph now under fire from the 91 of Trey as they come to turn 6 and 7.
Trey all over the back bumper of Joseph. Joseph trying to close the gap between himself and the 2. Gets a little momentum loss. Has Trey get blocked. He is trying to get this all for himself. Trey picking to the outside. Can Joseph get a good run out of 11? I don't think he is compared to Hobbs. Hobbs is pulling away into 12 for the second to last time.
Yeah, that 2 car has been on rails all night. And I think the only one that can really challenge him is that 91 of Trey. But stuck behind traffic right now. Will he even have enough time? Off of turn 15, Hobbs will see the white flag. 1 lap to go here in Robloxia. Still a dead heat for second here. Joseph barely hanging on. That 91 car getting impatient. He wants to go. He's going to lunge one up to the left side of Joseph. I don't think he's going to be there. He's going to get the apex there. He's going to clear Joseph. But it's about a 10 to 15 car length gap. Will Trey have enough time? He's been one of the fastest cars all night. Can he get the Hobbs? Coming back down to you for the final time, Meep.
Through 6, 7, and coming out of turn 8. Hobbs has been I mean, I kind of criticized him earlier. He is very aggressive, makes a lot of mistakes, but he isn't making mistakes right now. Trey is, though. He's cracking under the pressure. Through 11 and down to the backstretch for the final time. Hobbs does not see the 91 car as a massive dot in the mirror. Headed down the backstretch into 12 for the final time. Hobbs.
A rounding turn 12 here, folks. He has been on an absolute heater this year. He's going to round turn 15. He's going to see the checkered flag. Hobbs wins the Robloxia Grand Prix. What a drive from the number 2. And the 4th time this season that the number 2 car will see victory lane. 3rd time from Hobbs. Trey will settle for 2nd. Joseph will take home a much needed P3 there for sure. And there was an incident on the final lap around the Robloxia Mart.
Looks like Roach and Crowdy.
And I believe this 15 of CJ as well.
Okay. They're all kind of stopped right there. Looks like Queeg is the only car that did not cross the start-finish line. But how about Joseph in P3? I mean, kind of just had a bad day overall. Went a lap down at one point, and he finished his P3. Congratulates Hobbs on the win. I mean, what a race from Hobbs. Like I said, I kind of criticized him, but it worked out. He was very fast. I don't think Trey had anything for him. He made a mistake coming out of turn 11. Hobbs is coming to the Frontstedts to do his burnouts here. I mean, what a race. Excuse me. There's Hobbs on the front stretch, getting ready for his celebratory burnout, brought to you by no one, because we don't do sponsorships here.
Brought to you by Bloxy Cola.
I stand corrected.
Tonight's burnout is brought to you by the most refreshing drink in all of the town of Robloxia. This race I think was entertaining from a broadcaster's perspective, but through a racer's perspective, getting a lot of mixed results on this race, I feel like. I love street courses as much as the next guy, but man, this one definitely has its kinks to iron out, that's for sure.
I definitely think one adjustment they can do is just kind of help out curve the left right and the right lefts, right? I think those really caused major issues for these drivers today, which honestly, in my opinion, I think when drivers mess up, that makes it a more entertaining race, because if a driver messes up, then now that position is wide open. And Hobbs, I mean, he still could have messed up with these corners and still have given it to Trey or Joseph, but I mean, he kept it cool under pressure. Kept it very clean. I think he still ran one of the faster laps of the day.
So we are going to get an interview here pretty early on as we wait for Hobbs to do his burnout. We have the 28 car of Lear, a.k.a. Kemper. We're just going to go to his pit box. Kemper, man, that last stage, you were absolutely bad fast, but caution came out, pretty much sealed your fate. Take me through those last couple of laps.
Initially, wasn't expecting at all at any point to be in the lead, but once I got there and it was clear field, clear air, it was just fine. It was real nervous, slowed me down a bit for the first, but once I calmed down a bit, just sailed away. They started pitting, gave me a huge lead, and I would have been able to run away with it. I had barely enough fuel to make it through. But then, in my opinion, an absolutely horrible call by the officials this race and their decisions. I see some point to it, but they were also unstuck by the time the caution was called. The caution was called because they were stuck, but then they were unstuck by the time they got there, and that just sealed the deal for the rest of the race for me.
Yeah, definitely very soul crushing for you? Meep, do you got anything?
I mean, Hobbs, kind of take me. I mean, not Hobbs. I'm sorry,
Hobbs.
Lear. Lear, kind of take me through those final few laps. What were you feeling, knowing that, you know? Well, actually, here's a better question. How do you feel? Go a little deeper in with uh, the call that you believe was made incorrectly.
It's just with that, by the time I'd caught up and driven past them, it was a two-car collision with Trey and I don't remember who the other driver was. I caught up to there. I caught up to them. That was when the caution was called. One of the cars was already unstuck. The other car was also unstuck. He was just backwards, so he had to face forward. I just believe it's the incorrect call for the time because they were both unstuck. That's what I heard the caution was called because they were stuck, like what happened between Joseph a couple laps ago, where you got, not Joseph, but whoever was with Joseph in that collision got stuck to the wall. By the time I caught up, I believe the caution was unnecessary. They were both unstuck. It's unfortunate. I had a lot of incidents that race. I got flipped on my roof twice. Stage 1 was really rough, and the restarts were rough for me, but I didn't get anything for being stuck, and two-car collisions happened a few times on my side, but no cautions. I just don't believe for these cars, when they were not stuck, for a caution to be called because they were stuck. I disagree with that officiating. It was pretty good racing up front. I got, in one of the last laps, Trey got on my inside, and he just used me up into the wall, and that screwed that over, and then we got bailed out with Joseph. But after that, it was rough.
I mean, you still finished P6, not entirely what you wanted, but still halfway through the field. Do you still feel somewhat happy with that result?
I mean, it's not where we'd like to be considering how far ahead we were earlier, but it's better than we finished all season. I'm happy this car's getting some extra points. It's disappointing. This race we were hyped for a little bit, and then we got struck right down soon after, but other than the officiating, it was good racing, and I didn't have too many complaints with most people.
All right, that is your 6th place finisher, Kemper. Going home disappointed tonight. All right, next we will get Hobbs in here. Okay, let's see. There he is. Standing by now with our race winner tonight. Seems like every single time we stream, we're here talking to you at the end of the race in victory lane. Hobbs, 3rd victory of the year. Hobbs, was there really any strategy there at the end of the race, or were you just hoping to survive the chaos? Take me through those last couple of restarts.
Well, the first caution where Trey was stuck, I think I pitted a lap right before that, so that was really lucky. So I didn't have to pit the rest of the race. My tires were okay at the end. They were good enough to hold off. And yeah, I'm tired, man. It's 1 o'clock. This was just such an awful race. I don't even know. This is a rough one. Even though I won, just so many bad things happened.
Meep, got anything?
Hobbs, you were really fast in qualifying, and I think did you do practice? I don't think you did practice, but you were really fast during qualifying. Basically,
He did practice.
He did practice. Okay, but you were fast during qualifying. How did that skill set from qualifying help you translate into the win today?
Well, I mean, my pace was definitely really good. I don't know if it was up there with Queeg's, but Queeg just was involved in some unlucky incidents, and I really just got lucky. That's really all it was. I mean, I was fast, but I mean, with a race like this, you got to get a little lucky to win it, and I did. It seems like that's been happening to me a lot lately, and really hasn't happened to me in the season past. I feel like I've usually been really unlucky, so, you know, a change in scenery is really nice.
Yeah. Another thing, I had noted during the broadcast that you were really, really aggressive, and it was kind of hindering your performance earlier. Do you think that aggression helped you in those final few laps, or do you think that it didn't really matter?
I was definitely being a little too aggressive early in the race. I got myself in a couple accidents, made some mistakes, even made some mistakes later in the race. But I was really just trying to get the best lap time that I could, and it did cost me sometimes, but I don't regret it. No.
Alrighty, well that's all I got for you. So
That is your winner. The 2-car of Hobbs. Gentlemen, he's on a heater right now.
Yes, sir.
And now, for our third and final interview, we'll see if he's still in the game or not. Hold on.
you have a call.
There he is.
Oh yeah, you're talking about something else. Yeah.
We have the 91 of Trey, last week's winner. A really good performance tonight from you, Trey. Obviously, cautions came out at the end, kind of threw everyone off of strategy. It looked like for a second there you did have the winning strategy, but once everyone kind of got stacked back up on those restarts, did you feel like you had a fighting chance?
I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, anything could happen on restarts. We saw many people go from the back to the front to the back. We saw Liar go from leading a race by 25 seconds to being upside down in about 2 laps. I think I could have won if I got around Joseph just earlier and not screwed up the final set of turns. But yeah, I think today was a good day for us. I mean, we finished P2, we won a stage. I think we did what we could with what we could.
And,
Sorry, you
I have
you
one
said
more.
that you.
I'm sorry, I have one
Oh,
more
sorry,
question.
sorry.
There's one, just before I forget. Trey was able to catch really the ass end of this incident, but you obviously had taken the fresh tires during that long green flag run in stage 3, and you were trying to make your way through traffic. From your point of view, because we need a visual of it here for the broadcast, what happened between you and Roach that ended up bringing out the caution?
I mean, we're heading to the straightaway. I'm on the outside. He's on the inside. I'm the one with the better run. He should be the one laying off, especially if I'm the faster driver and car there. And instead of doing that, he kind of just sends us both into the wall, which causes us both to wreck it. He did the same thing with Hobbs the stage prior. That wasn't really talked about by officials. I don't know if that was caught in broadcast or not, but what happened there is pretty much what happened with me.
Trey, just before the caution, you had pitted, but then during the caution, you also pitted. What was the call there? Why did you come down pit road when you already had fresh tires?
Tires were fast here. I mean, the difference between 7 laps of older tires and 10 laps is like night and day. And if I didn't pit, I was gonna, be on way older tires, and I was gonna fall off the last couple of races. And in case there was an overtime, which there was, I would have fallen off like a rock, which is why I pitted.
All right, that's our
Alrighty, well, I think that's
the second place
yeah. I
finisher
think that's all
there.
there was.
The 91 of Trey. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mason. And thank you, Meep, I guess.
I guess. Oh. Thank you, I guess, he says.
Get kicked out of the.
That was me. I actually did that. Well,
Yeah, it's just sends me to the shadow.
definitely an unprecedented event tonight. Racing through the streets of Robloxia. Meep, what are your final thoughts?
I think this race was really good. I understand the driver's perspective of how it would be bad, but I mean it was entertaining. Right? You saw comers and goers. You saw obviously Trey and Hobbs. They were probably the top 2 drivers today, but they could still make passes. They could still work their way back through the field. Tires mattered a lot, and I think even in road racing that really should be a major factor is what tires you have. I enjoyed today. Again, I can see how the drivers didn't like it, but at the end of the day, if the product is still good, I think that's the more important thing. I don't think the officials did a bad thing. I don't think they called the wrong call. I mean, we saw the broadcast. That car was clearly stuck. In fact, Roach tried to help him out, and I think that's what finally got Trey out of the pillars. But no, I mean, other than that, I think this race was really, really good.
Yeah, I did like the strategy of this race when it did get a chance to kind of exist. But at the end there, just too many cautions, kind of soured up the finish maybe for drivers and viewers alike. But it was a race, that's for sure. Definitely unprecedented event. I wouldn't mind to come back here. This is a very unique course, all things considered. But your final results tonight from the town of Robloxia Grand Prix. Hobbs, your winner. The 91 of Trey in second. So those two will still probably remain 1-2 in points, I assume. Joseph gets a much-needed P3. Crowdy in fourth. And Alex getting his highest finish of the season, I believe, a much-needed P5. Heartbreak for Kemper tonight. He finishes P6. Roach in P7. CJ in P8. Queeg in P9, who was so fast early on in the race, thought that he may be a contender at the end. JJ in 10th. Kappa in 11th. And rounding out your field was the 35 of Austin. Well, that's going to do it from us tonight here in the booth from the town of Robloxia. Alongside with Meep. My name is Mason. Have a good night, USCL. We'll see you later.